You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Hi, I'm Davey.
And hi, I'm Mitch.
And we are
The Bargain Bin Gamers.
on the couch.
Didn't know we were going to do that together. On the couch.
On the couch.
Welcome to Davey's living room, the other side of it.
And Pike.
Oh, and Pike, obviously.
Theme song.
That was a nice little theme song that you put in the background there.
Yes, and I would say that this is the podcast and YouTube show where we put the gay in gaming.
While also looking after your hip pocket.
Exactly. And whilst we're here on the couch, we would and we'd love to.
And we shall.
And we will. We'll just give a big shout out to our BQN Podcast Network patrons who help keep this show coming to you live and free every week, especially to our associate producer,
May M.
Come what may.
Come what may. Come do may.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's not what I meant.
The Mayflower.
Same with the Mayflower.
Exactly. And remember, if you would like to help keep this and other BQN podcasts coming to you every single week, sign up to be a patron over at patreon.com/BQN.
And listen, if Patreon isn't your thing, you can still support us by going and leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It really helps people hear and see us.
Yes, because we are on YouTube today. We've brought it back a bit of the YouTube goodness, haven't we?
Yeah, you're really putting some work into yourself, aren't you, sweetheart?
This feels so weird, by the way.
It does feel odd.
We are sitting on the couch and we don't have the big mics in front of us because we are wearing mobile Rode mics. So I really hope this experiment is going to work.
And if not, you guys can just stare at us yelling at a phone.
Exactly. Let's hope that it stays recording the whole time, because otherwise this could be a disaster. But there's a reason why we're on the couch today.
There's a reason that we're a disaster.
Exactly. It's because we're gonna be doing a bit of gaming. We're going to be doing a bit of gaming. So we mentioned last week that I have been playing Star Fox, the new Star Fox, which is the remake of the Nintendo 64 classic, which is the remake of the Super Nintendo classic, which is really, really exciting. But you've never played any Star Fox before, have you?
As I've said a few times on this lovely, lovely podcast, I always thought Star Fox and his compatriots were brawl characters, Smash Bros. Brawl characters. So funny me to learn that they have their own game. And no, I've never played it. I've actually barely seen any gameplay. I barely even know what it's about.
Oh, well, aren't you in for a treat today? Because today we're returning to a classic Bargain Bin Gamers format, Machale.
Why do you keep calling me that?
I don't know.
I do not have a hair salon. Inside joke. But what are we doing today?
It's Gen Z Plays.
Theme song.
Gen Z. He's Gen Z and he's gonna play a game. This is an episode, a format that we have not done for a while, but it's usually where a man of my moderate age and a man of Mitchell's younger age, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I make him play a game from my childhood. But we're going to do a bit of a double whammy today. So we're going to play Star Fox 64 on Nintendo Switch Online via that delightful service.
Delightful digital service.
And then, we're going to get you to play a little bit of that. And then we'll also get you to play a little bit of the new one as well.
Yes.
And we're going to capture Mitchell's reactions to that along the way.
Can't wait.
So if you are listening or watching, what we'll do is we're going to introduce the games and then we're going to go away and get Mitchell to play them. And we're going to come back and talk about how you found the experience.
For sure.
Patreon subscribers, you will be able to see the full gameplay videos and watch Mitchell's live reactions over at patreon.com/BQN. So, wow. Star Fox 64. or Lylat Wars, as it was known here in
Lylat Wars.
Lylat Wars, because of a European trademark dispute which forced the rename.
Wow.
So, yeah, whenever people talk about Star Fox 64, the game I played as a kid was Lylat Wars.
Lylat. What does Lylat mean?
Lylat because it is set in the Lylat star system.
Right. I thought it was like when I discovered the word larrikin recently. I was like, what the hell?
You only just discovered the word larrikin.
Literally.
Okay. Well, let's, I don't really know what to say about that. Interestingly, Nintendo's own marketing in Australia released the remake and called it a remake of Lylat Wars just to not confuse the market. Interesting. There's some lots of fun facts about this. Did you know it was the first game to include like rumble support in a controller?
Is that where it like shakes?
Yeah, the vibration, which is a standard in all controllers these days.
Yeah.
But it was what launched the Rumble Pak for the Nintendo 64, which was an additional piece of kit that plugged into the back of that and made it vibrate.
Oh, I have seen those.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They were enormous, fully voice acted as well, which you're going to get to experience.
Do a barrel roll.
Help me.
Is that the frog?
That's Slippy.
See, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's got enough like touchstones in pop culture.
It's been in the cultural zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist.
Yeah.
There is a zeitgeist coming at your face thick and fast.
Oh my. With an older and a younger man.
Exactly.
Oh my.
So a game from 1997. What year were you born?
1997.
Oh, there you go. I was going to say a game that came out before you were born.
Nope. What did it have a month in Australia?
Let's have a look. Lylat Wars release Australia.
Quick news.
Lylat Wars release Australia.
Let's have a look.
We do our research here. October 20.
Oh, I was 19 days old.
Oh, there you go.
Why I didn't play it? I should have just picked it up while I was in the ICU.
Yep. And like I said, it was actually a remake itself of the 1993 Super Nintendo Star Fox game and its sequel Star Fox 2, which funnily enough was finished but never actually released.
Why not?
I don't actually know. I think it was because they had switched a lot of attention to the Nintendo 64 by that point.
They just abandoned it.
However, the SNES classic of Star Fox 2 was released on Nintendo Switch Online a little while ago. So there's some interesting things that you're going to experience through this. So there's 15 stages in the game, but one run through the game, you only visit 7 of them.
Oh.
And a run through the game takes about an hour.
Cool.
So you can play through it like multiple times and try and go down different paths. You make different decisions and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
There's split screen modes, which we might play if we get time. And yeah, like I said, we're going to play it on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack with an original, the Nintendo Switch Online version of the original Nintendo Switch Trident controller, which Mitchell is now holding like a game show host.
Because you hold it like that, don't you?
You do.
I've never used one.
You put your hand on that little middle prong. It's not. No, you don't wear your hand down to a nub like you're playing Mario Party, which is what you just did for those listening to the audio, which most of you do. So, what are you expecting? What do you think you're going to get from the original?
I don't genuinely know what the gameplay is. I know that you fly in a spaceship.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's not always in space. One could imagine it'd be on some planets of some description. I'm expecting like bullet hell 3D, like shooting down things. My probably closest connection would be the level where you play in Bayonetta on the missile.
Oh,
and you're flying along and you're shooting down like angels and stuff and you get to like spin. I think it's supposed to be a reference. I've recently replayed Bayonetta, very good game. That's probably the closest thing I've got. So like, dodging out of the way of projectiles, shooting down, there'll be a boss that'll be like facing me, probably flying backwards that I have to like beat. That's my only knowledge.
It is an on-rails shooter experience. So, should we just dive in and give it a go?
You know what? Bucket. Let's just dive in.
Let's just bucket. Like, bucket right now and bucket right here. What?
Get bucked.
I don't know. I'm still just trying to...
I'm trying to keep this PG.
That I'm on the couch.
It's
so weird not having the microphone in front of me. It feels like I'm just talking to the television.
Hello. Can my tits hear me?
Exactly. So Mitchell is going to give this a little bit of a go right now. Remember, if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can see his full gameplay over there. As we speak, let's play.
Let's play.
Da, da, da. Hi, we're back.
Hi, we're back.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun.
You actually enjoyed that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the controls were a little hard for me to kind of get a grip on, but that was kind of the controls of the time. It was all inverted back then. But other than that, it was very fun.
Yeah, it holds up okay, I think.
It was like an interesting difficulty level. When I was a kid at that age, I would have been like, oh, this game's too hard. But I guess you kids were made of harder stuff back then, eh?
Yeah, no, I tell you what, mate. Well, you just had to keep coming back and get good.
Exactly.
Get good. But yes, so for those that didn't watch the bonus footage on Patreon, Mitchell just completed the first 2 missions of Star Fox 64, but we opted for Lylat Wars.
Lylat Wars, of course.
The European edition. Not that I think there's any differences apart from the title.
No.
So Corneria and the asteroid field.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, you were stressing a bit there.
It was very stressful. For those that have subscribed and gone onto the Patreon to watch, you'll have noticed that I was doing this a lot. When I'm like locked into a game, the tongue comes out. I'm very like,
yeah, there was a lot of time.
There was a lot going on the screen. There was a lot kind of coming at you, quite literally. It was definitely very like attention grabbing. I had no idea what was going on around me. So I was very locked in. It definitely gives me like a game for like something you play after school. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we have nothing really to do. You're waiting for dinner. Mum's going to make shepherd's pie or something. I don't fucking know. It was really good. The voice acting was extremely camp.
Okay, let me ask the questions.
Sorry. I have to be prompted. This isn't the Mitch show.
Oh, this will be over in like fucking 5 seconds, all right? So let's focus purely on how this felt to play as someone who did not play games in this era, right? So, so playing on the Trident controller, you mentioned the inverted controls were an issue.
Yeah, there was a way to do like a backflip, like a loop-de-loop. Couldn't quite get a hang of it, but just had to keep going out of bounds for it to auto-turn me around, which is kind of good.
Yes, whilst in all range mode.
Yes. There was a lot just kind of happening at me, but it was very like engaging. There was like different ways to play as well. There was like, to try and like hunt down, like get the rings and stuff like that as well. Had to keep my teammates alive. There was lots of, what am I trying to say?
Challenges.
There were lots of pots on.
There's lots of pots on the boil.
I had to manage all of them.
You had to manage what was going on. Yeah, you had to look after your own ship. You've got to, protect
and my
your
useless teammates.
Yeah.
Who did nothing.
I thought it was pretty good for the time that you have that whole mechanic that, your teammates can, die and then you lose them for the next level. They don't die, but their ships get damaged enough that they have to retreat.
Well, that was the thing as well. And that was what we were mentioning if you watch the Patreon, which we go into a little bit more depth on there. Is that, I thought it was a bit inventive for the time that, this game had branching pathway options based on how skillfully you played and how many people you managed to save. If you managed to watch the Patreon video, I didn't exactly save many.
No. Yeah, you famously lost Falco in the first level, which is
famously well known for.
Famously well known because losing Falco at the start can majorly impact the path that you can take throughout the game.
Whoops.
And what did you think about that? Like that whole, the fact that it could potentially take branching paths and that it's only 1 hour to do a run through.
Well, I think for like an hour, I think that's pretty good. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, games of that time weren't the longest games in the whole world. They weren't these like 36-hour epochs or anything. I think that shows a lot to like replayability, and it makes sense why this game has like such a following because there's so many different ways to play, and like one small change will make the whole game completely different technically.
Yeah, and it doesn't really spell it out to you. You had to go and play it back then and experiment and find out what would trigger an alternating path. For example, in that first level, I think if you save Falco, he may indicate that you can go through, maybe it only does this in the remake, but you can fly through a waterfall.
Oh.
And if you fly through that waterfall, you actually get a different boss.
Ooh.
And if you defeat that way, you start to go on a different path. You don't have to go through the asteroid field.
There you go.
However, the different path is a harder path.
Oh, so it's like a more skilled one because you've managed to save your co-pilot.
You've got to pull off trickier maneuvers in that opening level and in some of the later levels to get the branching path. So if you can't pull off those tricky maneuvers, well, the game steers you down an easier path.
Makes sense. I probably got the easy path because I'm a little baby.
Yeah, so it intentionally kind of makes it harder or easier for you based on how skilled you are and your ability to, fly through certain things without getting damaged and saving teammates at particular times and stuff like that as well.
That's kind of like, I would argue, Pike, you're going to fall. I would argue that's almost like a lost art form of like game design at the moment. I feel like games are kind of like, I don't want to say made easier, but a lot of like classic games, there you go, Pike. They kind of have, they're kind of fighting for your attention. Whereas these games, they didn't need to do that. So I feel like the game design of that to like make like different skill levels based on how you play, I think that's really inventive. And I think that's kind of a dying art, if I'm going to be honest. But
how'd you find the graphics?
Hideous. Hated them.
What did you say? It looks like a PNG image stretched.
Yeah, it was like the inside of the jets, like the engines, like didn't have a hole in the middle. It was just like a PNG kind of like stretched over it. And of course, this game is not meant to be played on like an ultra 4K OLED TV that Davey has, his giant TV.
Yes.
But like we were looking at like the intro and there was like little images of like what's supposed to be happening on the planet. They look like Rorschach tests. I could not tell you what they were. I turned to Davey and I said, "What do you see, Davey?" I had no idea.
I still, and for me who played it when it came out, I still get like chills like when it comes Star Fox in and then the Great Fox appears because it was, for Nintendo at the time, it was very cinematic.
Fair. I mean, it had a sense of scale. It had something going on. It kind of was giving a little Star Wars with that opening crawl a little as well. Star Wars was before this, wasn't it?
Star Wars was well before this.
Yeah.
Star Wars started in the 70s.
I only saw the original trilogy.
The prequel trilogy was coming out at the same time.
Yeah, that's one I've seen.
Oh my goodness. But yes, but then that leads into, actually, one other thing I want to say about the graphics is the stars.
Oh, yeah, there was like stars like moving in the back of the asteroid. And
when you're in the space level, the stars, I don't remember. I mean, maybe if we turn the CRT filter on, it might have been different, but like the way the stars were kind of like, the background image, they were kind of juddering and twitching. And
it was like as I was moving, it was kind of giving me motion sickness.
Yeah.
Even though there was no motion, it was kind of a little bit upsetting. But yeah, there was some really hideous boss designs as well, can I just say. There was like things that were jumping off meteorites in space. So I was like, oh, okay, so there's an atmosphere in space. Big fan of this. And there was like these hideous bees that I could not hit for the life of me shooting gay pride at me.
Oh, yeah, they did. You were like, they're shooting pride.
They were shooting rainbow orbs at me. And I was like, these LGBT people pushing their agenda.
Shooting pride at me. And speaking of the cinematic nature of it, the voice acting.
Oh, it was so compressed. I mean, I think the opening, like, not the title, like the little crawl, that was a bit less compressed. It was a bit more dramatic. You were kind of quoting it at me.
Kind of like Morgan Freeman reading.
Yes, I was kind of saying that it was almost like a Roswald, like a War of the Worlds style, where I was like, everyone, the aliens are here. Yeah. Welcome to the
safe Corneria and the Lylat system.
Thank you for the direct quote. But the other ones, they had like a really odd like head jitter going with all of them, which was very odd. We couldn't quite tell if Slippy was a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Because they are voiced by a woman.
I have, in 30-odd years, never actually bothered to look it up. Now, I found out that Slippy is voiced by a woman, but the character Slippy is a man.
Canonically.
Because apparently in the Star Fox Command game, Slippy marries a woman.
Which means they have to be a straight man.
Which means they have to be a straight man.
No way there could be a woman.
But, I mean, it's a very feminine voice. For good reason, because it was a feminine voice.
Yeah, but also I think that's kind of cool that like Slippy's the mechanic, right? So it's like the mechanic of the ship is kind of like a girl.
But did you hear all of these like iconic quotes that like people of my generation?
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Like,
what was that villain at the end?
Oh, the one in the second level where it's like, I can't believe I lost to this scum.
I can't believe I lost to this scum. Sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry.
And what did he say? I'm sorry, I got a jet.
Yeah, that's what
like
Fox says that afterwards.
Yeah,
yes.
I've heard that somewhere before.
And Make It Gay, we did know traditional 90s bad guys. They all sounded
very metrosexual.
So
flamboyant.
So gay. Yes. He's so gay. Just like, you're more cunning than I thought, Star Fox.
Oh, let me see how you'll deal with this. And then he threw half his ship at me. I was like, oh my. Threw the arse of his ship at me. Will I keep playing?
I mean, could you keep playing? Like,
Could I keep
It was
playing?
all about so you were saying like the hideous graphics. Really, you just can't deal with the N64 graphics.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like I said, like I'm just so used to such like quality of graphics, like quality of life style graphics is probably how I should say it. Like those polygons on this giant screen, by God, were they sharp? By God, were they polygony? Like they were just rough, and it was almost a little bit difficult to kind of tell what was happening on the screen. There was like missiles flying at me and I couldn't tell if they were enemies or missiles. And I was like, ooh, the color theory is a little interesting and of the time. So I would still play it, but I wouldn't want to play through the whole game.
Exactly. You're not exactly going to go home after this and boot up Nintendo Switch Online.
The gameplay itself was very interesting though, and I was very engaged, but I know that there's probably a better quality version out there that I could play, and I'm not hooked by the nostalgia because I've never played it.
Do you understand though its cultural importance to gaming?
I think I mentioned it at the start as well. You know, this game's been riffed on. You know, my experience with this is like in Bayonetta where they did a level of this. So like this like on-rail shooter.
I don't know if Bayonetta was really doing a tribute to Star Fox.
No, it wasn't. It was riffing on it.
On-rail shooters were around for a while. If anything, I mean, yeah, Star Fox was just doing a 3D version of like your traditional kind of, you know, Gallagher art type, you know, where you're flying up and all the enemies are coming at you.
But like, I haven't really seen like the vein of inspiration that it's like ran through to current day.
I think it was just,
it's not like a Soulsborne or it's not like a roguelike where like it's completely changed the way gaming is made for the next couple of years.
I think it just delivered on the promise of its SNES original. Now, have you ever seen the clips of the SNES original?
No.
So the SNES original, so if I can quickly look it up for you and just show you, was using a new type of chip in the SNES that emulated 3D graphics.
Was it kind of like what they did with Mario Kart where it was like flat?
That's how it 3D? Looked.
Oh, how hideous.
I know, right? So that's...
What an ugly game.
I know. So it was...
I mean, Slicky's grey as well.
I know, you can actually play it on the Nintendo Switch Online as well.
Ugh.
But like, yeah, it was pretty revolutionary for the SNES. I think what Star Fox 64 did was deliver on the promise of what it should have been.
Well, I mean,
because they were like, the developers were like, oh, this is what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
It's why they shelved Star Fox 2.
A bit more real, a more realized concept. I mean, like looking at that game compared to what I just played, yeah, it's leaps and bounds. Like,
yes. And it's a 16-bit console versus a 64-bit console as well.
Also as well, like I was playing that game and I was never feeling like I wasn't actually moving or in a 3D space, which I definitely my brain would not pick up. So
yeah.
Good job.
Let's move on to 2026.
Oh, thank God.
We're here. Star Fox. It's come out about 3 weeks old as of the release of this episode. It's a Switch 2 exclusive, came out on the 25th of June, 2026, and was revealed in a surprise Nintendo Direct in May.
It was a surprise. I remember you messaging me about it.
I know, I was so excited. And that was after Fox's cameo in the Super Mario Galaxy
where
movie.
he was hot.
Weird that you should say that. He is still an animal. Stop touching my dog. Pike doesn't look like him. Developed by Velan Studios, who were responsible for Mario Kart Live and Knockout City. So it's not actually Nintendo internal.
Interesting.
It was outsourced.
No wonder they've made Star Fox look so ugly.
Cinematic remake. It's got a new voice. Oh, jeez, I cannot talk. A new voice cast.
Yes.
A proper orchestral score.
Oh, thank goodness.
New cutscenes, mission briefings, the whole kit and caboodle. So the little puppet heads.
Thank God.
They're gone.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like a shot for shot. Do you know what I mean?
It is pretty much
cool.
It pretty much is.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty much is.
I'm excited to see them run down that hallway again.
What's made it interesting, though, for a lot of longtime fans is this is also the third time the game has been remade. So
I love that.
Star Fox 64 was a remake of SNES Star Fox.
Of course.
Star Fox 64 got a 3D version on the 3DS.
Yep.
And Star Fox Zero on the Wii U in 2016 was also more or less a remake as well.
Wow. So they really are just like fourth time's the charm.
Yeah. I mean, but it has all of it, Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, a better first-person cockpit view, better co-op modes, online battle modes, which I've already played a bit of, which are fun. General decent reviews, gorgeous and faithful, but light on new ideas is the general consensus. 8 out of 10 on IGN, 8.25 out of 10 on Game Informer, and 7 out of 10 on GameSpot. So
Nice.
should we get ready
Let's get
for a
into
bit
it.
of Star Fox? Remember, if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can check out Mitch's full gameplay video over there.
Do barrel.
What's happening on BQN, you ask? Let's chart the Star Trek cosmos with all good things. Embark on a comprehensive journey through the entire Star Trek universe with the insightful crew of Amy, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristen. Galaxy class, engage! Steven and Stefan pilots this Alpha Quadrant mission, meticulously covering all aspects of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Infinite diversity. Stay current with the newest Star Trek frontiers alongside Chrissy and Thad. Union Federation. Whether your allegiance lies with Starfleet or the Planetary Union, Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley offer a unified front, discussing both current Star Trek and the truly Trek at heart, the Orville. Crack open that book with Peter and the Trek Book Club podcast. Delve into a rich tapestry of Star Trek's beta canon. What's the tea, Bev? Christos spills the latest Trek news and fandom insights with an essential LGBTQIA+ perspective, complete with engaging guest interviews. Our visual voyages that you can find on YouTube as well as podcasts are Trek Masters. Think you're a Starfleet Academy graduate? Test your knowledge with Davey and MC's challenging Star Trek quiz show and the View Screen. Tune in live on Sundays for your dose of a Trek-inspired talk show. Kelvin and Amy host new 8-week seasons each spring and fall. But beyond the final frontier, we have Bargain Bin Gamer. Davey and Mitch, your self-proclaimed gamer guides, lead you to digital treasures, unearthing and reviewing the most affordable video game gems. Cinema Z. Grab your metaphorical popcorn for Mark and Matt's cinematic deep dives, unearthing overlooked films that demand your attention. History with the Zalogis. In order to never repeat it, tune in as Chrissy and Jason deliver bite-sized snippets of historical events from around the globe. You can unlock deeper levels of engagement with our exclusive patron perks. The Hive Mind is where you can join our random script readings, live reaction shows, and roundtable discussions. We appreciate you choosing BQN to fill your auditory needs. Thank you for listening. Assimilate the audio.
And we're back.
Oh my God, we're back.
Oh my God, we're back. Oh my God, was that not an experience for you? Did you not love it?
Shut up.
Hey? Was that not the most incredible thing you've ever done in your entire life?
I've literally done nothing better.
All right, I'm scaring the dog.
Mhm.
So,
You most certainly are.
if you weren't watching on patreon.com/BQN,
Which you should be doing.
we just took Mitch Charlie here through the first 2 levels of the Star Fox 2026 Star Fox 64 remake. Yes, and you had a lot more fun with that, didn't you?
Yeah, classic me. It looks a bit
know.
prettier, so I kind of liked it more.
Quality of life
There's
is
quality of life upgrades.
There's some quality of life going on right there. And look, I mean, surprise to surprise, yes, a game that is a remake of another game that is 30 years old that is made with modern controls, 60 frames per second, better graphics, better voice acting, better music.
Yes. Kind of had everything
It did
compared to the
kind of.
original, unfortunately.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, unsurprising you enjoyed that.
Yes, I did. It was quite good,
You don't have
actually.
to be as polite about your praise this time around.
No.
It's just like for gritted teeth, like, oh, yes, very good for its time.
Very good game, Davey.
Oh, yes, I can see the appeal.
When I was younger, I would have really been enraptured.
Yes, yes, right. Can't wait to go home and play more of it. But anyway, so it's a bit of a glow up, right? Because you would have seen, shot for shot.
It was pretty much a shot-for-shot remake, yeah. Like, there was some, I personally think, some needed additions to maybe flesh out the characters, maybe just a scooch, maybe give a little bit more understanding of the plot. because I didn't realize what the plot was until I played this one. So that was fun.
Yes, yeah.
But no, definitely like pretty much a marketed upgrade in all respects, unless you're like married to the idea of having the original voice actors.
Oh, which I don't think you need.
Not well, I didn't care.
Yes.
I thought they were great regardless. I even thought the voice of Star Fox was great. He sounded awesome.
How are those visuals, though, in this new one?
So much better.
I mean, yeah, it's a glow-up of the original, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous game in its own right. Like
the original, well, think about it this way, right? The original level was taking place in a city. The graphical limitations of the original game, I didn't realize it was supposed to be a city.
Yeah.
So in this one, I was like, oh, it's a city.
Yeah,
that makes a little bit more sense.
It's you totally can't tell.
I had no idea. No. And like there was a beautiful blue water, amazing, beautiful blue skies, beautiful trees that would, react to being shot and things like that. It's just like, it's night and day. And then like the night and day.
It's not
I sound like my mum. And then the second level, we were talking about how the background was like jittering stars. It was making our heads hurt. It's like the deep expanse of space, and it was like green, and like we were going through like a nebula or something. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, it
was
really,
a very
really
beautiful
is.
game.
Yes, and combine that with like the orchestral soundtrack as well.
Yeah, that second level had a really incredible soundtrack that was playing. I was really, really into it. I was kind of bopping actually.
I know, especially during the boss fight where it's like.
Yeah.
I love when you get those kind of operatic vocals in an orchestral soundtrack
very dramatic.
As well.
Yes, made good at the boss section for sure.
And what about the new voices?
I thought they were good. Yeah. Slippy's most certainly transitioned. Slippy's definitely transitioned. They now go by he, him, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
What is his name? Peppy?
Peppy
kind of sounds exactly the same. I'm not going to lie.
I think it's an easy voice to emulate.
I'm from down south or something like that.
Oh, this reminds me of flying with your father.
This reminds me of flying with your father, which is a quote change, by the way. He originally says, you remind me more of your father every day.
Yes.
Not pure.
One thing I didn't show you is there's actually a prologue cinematic in the second game of what happened to his father.
Right.
Yes.
Did he die?
He did. He was betrayed by the other person that was on their team. No.
Who's the other person that I know from Smash Bros?
He's a pig. He's a pig. Something pig. Pygmy? I don't know.
Oh, they did say it in the opening crawl of the first one, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was good. Falco was far sassier in this one than he was in the original.
I know, but kind of hot.
You kept saying that. I don't see that.
I don't know. I like it when
you like it when a cocky man is being cocky.
I like it when they're a bit cocky.
Makes sense why you married Anthony.
Prove it.
But what's it called? Yeah, no, I thought it was really good. I finally got a little bit more clarity as to kind of like who everyone was. The Bloodhound was cool. Pepper? He's Pepper, and we have Peppy.
Sergeant Pepper? General Pepper.
General Pepper.
Who is a bloodhound.
Yes. And then I didn't realize it at the time, but the enemies are like chimps.
Yeah, because Airdros, the main bad guy, is
he's a monkey.
He's a monkey.
Right. So, okay, cool. So there we go. I got a little bit more visual clarity.
You did get a little bit.
So that was good. But yes, I really liked the voice acting. I liked them adding in like extra little bits of like them like chilling on the ship, and like you got a little bit more like understanding of their relationship. But I think that just comes with like the nature of like the medium evolving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean. And the cinematics as well. So like 1997 camp versus 2026, do you see charm in the original, or does it just always need to be the 2026 cinematic?
I mean, I saw charm in the original because obviously it was like a labor of love. Like they were obviously like putting a lot of work into it for the time.
Yeah, a lot of effort given what they had to work with.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I did note it, and we said it while in the Patreon a little bit more extensively, so please go and subscribe if you want to go and watch.
Like and subscribe.
There was a lot of shots that were very Star Wars-esque, very emblematic of kind of the times. And I've mentioned it before where like, current or previous successes color current media. And I think the 97 one didn't really have that shoulder to stand on. So it was a bit more, it kind of has its own fingerprint. Whereas this game, it's got fingerprints of lots of other kind of star battling kind of games in there. I mean, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
You know, like the holographic thing that was set up in the middle was very like Mass Effect and stuff like that. It was giving very Mass Effect, them all standing around the table.
And very Star Wars at parts too, like in that opening. Like
it pans down onto the planet. And
even the music, like the kind of the flute in the background.
and if you watch the thing, I say, oh, I bet they're going to fly past the camera. And then they do.
Which was probably intentional, right?
Yeah,
like,
but that's
this
very
would have
Star
been
Wars.
developed by nerds.
Yes, of course. So, but it was still very, very good. Yeah, I really liked it. It was a graphical and visual, a complete upgrade.
What do you think, though? And maybe your opinion on this won't be as strong as mine, given that you didn't play the original. The fact that it is the same game 29 years later.
Yes.
And it's still pretty much full, like a full price AAA.
Yeah,
release.
I hate that shit, can I just say?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did mention to me as well, this is not the first time this game's been remade.
Yeah.
So you're getting even less bang for your buck, really. For me, who's not a returning fan, it doesn't really matter to me because I'd probably only want to buy this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How much is this game currently?
So I think on the Switch 2 store, it's $99.95.
$99 for a remake game.
$89 at JB Hi-Fi. Oh, no, sorry. Remake actually has an RRP of $99.95 physical.
Wow.
$89 at JB Hi-Fi. And actually, it says $84.95 on the eShop.
Interesting.
Which it is actually cheaper than a typical Switch 2 first-party price. So like Pocopia, for example, was $110.
Yes.
So it's slightly cheaper.
Uh-huh. Still.
I would have still preferred maybe like
$79.
a $50 or a $60 price point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that being said, I mean, like the resources have still gone in to make it
It's definitely not a cheap-looking game.
Yeah, all the voice acting and the music production and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the money's going to good things.
And,
But
it's a full cartridge. It's not a download key.
It's just a bit strange to have basically a shot-for-shot remake of a game because, like, surely some of the money that you spend at a game is for the originality and the story and stuff.
Yeah.
But the original story is not there. So it's just like a fresh coat of paint stretched over the skeleton of a game you've already paid for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems a little bit strange to me. But, I mean, I'd be interested to hear what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Star Fox fan. So for me, it doesn't really matter. What about you? How do you feel about it?
Look, as much as I wish it wasn't as expensive as it was, I've had a blast playing through it because there's so many other quality of life improvements. I mean, I love playing the online battle modes. I think it would be fun to play co-op as well, which we didn't really get to test. I enjoy there's a medal system for each of the levels, which incentivizes those playbacks. So if you meet certain criteria, there's high scores to beat. So you want to go replay, get all those medals. I don't know if that gives you any other bonuses at this stage. I wouldn't mind some DLC.
Yeah.
It's prime.
They could probably flesh it out.
It's prime for some additional content.
Yep.
You know, no spoilers, but there is definitely some changes at the end which allude to the fact that this is a relaunch of Star Fox. I'm hoping we finally get a sequel to this story.
Surely.
Out of the success and popularity of this game. Keep it in the hands of these developers, though.
Yes.
Because they have done a fantastic job.
It seems like quite a loving recreation. You know what I mean? Like these people probably are fans.
Very loving recreation.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's got like that kind of treatment.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's the remake that fans of the original deserve.
29 years later as well.
Yep, like it is the remake we have always needed, if you can just ignore the fact the other two existed, which were fine in their own right. I think it's good to see that it's back, but I also think it's a great way to reintroduce new people to the franchise who were not around when the original came out, like yourself.
Yep.
Because let's face it, right? Like there are franchises in gaming now which have just persisted for decades, right? And you can't just release a new Star Fox and just expect that the new generation is going to pick it up and love it. So why not reintroduce them to the original in a modern way?
Exactly.
But just Nintendo follow through and give us a proper sequel.
Springboard off it.
Yeah,
off the success.
Expand this universe properly and remake Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet, please, from
whatever that is.
Oh, it's so good, but we won't go into that right now.
The only other thing that I thought I'll add just before we wrap up is that during the playthrough, I did note that the game was a little bit easier. Now, whether that was just because the controls are a bit better and like 60 FPS, or if the game was probably made a bit easier, I think it's a mix of both. because I do think games have been made a bit easier these days because, we're in a detention economy, etc. Pike snoring.
You can
to a degree.
adjust the difficulty.
Because I was playing on regular, but there was an easier mode, but it was definitely a lot more forgiving is maybe how I should word it. Like the shots were definitely like the hitboxes on things were a bit bigger and stuff like that. I didn't lose anyone. So, it was a bit better like that. But I think still overall, it's a game that I'd be interested to play again compared to the original, which was ugly.
Well, anyway, that's all we've got time for. I guess until we see you again, you have been
Mitch, and you have been?
Well, I've been Davey, and this has been Pike. if you're only listening, we are sitting on the couch with my dog. And we've been
The Bargain Bin Gamers.
Yes, yes.
Double T Media.